Today I want to talk about what is the best Mounjaro Zepbound diet for weight loss. This is for all of you that have finally filled your script for Mounjaro Zepbound, or perhaps purchased the compounded version of tirzepatide, or you need a little bit of a restart because you might be in a slight weight loss stall. And now you really want to know, how do I maximize the effectiveness of Mounjaro Zepbound medication? And also, I see this as an area that I am going to be constantly evolving to just keep continuing to lose. So this video is my complete guide to what to eat on Mounjaro and Zepbound. And if you're new here, I'm Jen. I've lost about 85 pounds on Mounjaro. I started back in March of 2023. And even though my weight loss has really started to slow down, I'm still working on building those long-term habits and trying to put that system in place. And as hard as it may be for us to hear, what we eat by far is the most important change we are going to need to make. And this isn't just me saying it. It comes directly from Zepbound. These medications are most effective when paired with regular exercise and a reduced calorie diet. And before I jump into the, what is that best diet for Mounjaro and Zepbound, I want to say that most of us don't even consider an identity change when setting out to lose weight and just really to improve ourselves. We just think, I want to be skinny, and if I stick to this one-size-fits-all diet, then I'm going to be skinny, or please just tell me what to eat so I can lose weight. We set goals and determine, the actions we should take to achieve those goals without ever considering the beliefs that drive those actions. Stay with me. We never shift the way we look at ourselves, and we don't realize that our old identity could be sabotaging our plans for change. So what I will not be doing is telling you today exactly what you need to eat and why, because I've followed thousands of plans that have, I've found some success in the past, and ultimately, I've lost weight, but that was someone else's plan and it wasn't sustainable for me. So in this video, I am not going to be pushing any specific diet because each and every one of us may require a different meal plan. Plus, as a reminder, I'm not a medical professional, which, on a side note, I just realized my insurance now covers a dietitian. So as I'm mapping out what my maintenance plan will look like, once I hit my goal weight, I think I'm now going to include a dietitian because I want to continue, like I said, to live that healthy life, even with or without this medicine. And comment below if you've been working with a nutritionist or dietitian and what you've learned from them. But I recommend taking a minute and checking your insurance because a dietitian can be extremely important to your weight loss journey. I am somebody that loves guidelines and I love tips, which is why a dietitian would be very important in fine-tuning, what are my current meals and snacks for, that next stage in my Mounjaro Zepbound journey. But I say, one key point for the best Mounjaro diet plan, especially when you are just starting out, is to manage those negative side effects. The basics of Mounjaro Zepbound diet are to minimize any side effects. Now, not everybody's going to get side effects, but those that do, it is important to manage them as much as possible. Possible side effects, like I've mentioned in other videos, include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation, just to name a handful. And so here are some tips for dealing with those side effects. The first, I say eat 3 to 5 small meals a day. And this is where I'm going to take a pause for those that may not agree with this. And that is okay. Some will prefer, Mad, 1 meal a day, or maybe just 2 meals a day. But as long as you are eating the right foods to maximize weight loss with Mounjaro and Zepbound and hitting your calorie allotments, I say good for you. For my day one of starting Mounjaro, I ate 4 meals. Well, it was really 3 meals and 1 decent snack a day. And I'm not saying I sat down and had these 3 massive meals or could eat 3 massive meals, but I found that on days where it was hard to eat and I wasn't hungry, that if I could fit in a couple smaller calorie meals throughout the day, it really helped me in the long run. Plus I needed, that fuel for the gym. And I also had next to no side effects. So maybe because I timed out my meals, well for me, and I wasn't ever really in that starvation mode, maybe that helped. And I think it's something you should consider. The second is to stop eating when you're full. And this is like that 2-prong attack here. If you're relying on the medicine to start, this is a great tip because There will be times where you will prepare a meal like you may have prior to starting this medication, and your eyes are bigger than your mouth and your stomach. The medicine will help you here. I can only count a couple of times where I had to stop and left half the food on the plate because I was full, and that was when I was either out to eat with friends and family or I got takeout. But most of the time I was really learning early on what my portions look like. And something I did in the beginning was using a smaller plate. I know it sounds so stupid, but I'm still doing that, and it can really trick you into thinking you're eating more than you really are, especially those days later in the week post-shot when that appetite suppression is no longer at its strongest. Now, the third is to avoid fatty foods, and some of you may not have any issues here, and I've heard from a lot of you that, maybe you have a ribeye or a fast food burger, and really, they're like, you could be playing with fire here. And the point is to try to avoid side effects, and nobody wants those sulfur burps, vomiting, or diarrhea. I had some of those sulfur burps one time, and I stayed away from that food for a couple months. But yeah, you just need to be mindful of those fattier foods and how they can really impact the success of the medicine and then your weight loss. The fourth is just maybe try eating some bland foods throughout the day, like toast, crackers, rice. And even though I've dabbled in low carb or the keto world in years past, I love having like clean popcorn. I always say, look at the oils they're using. Wegmans has a great one that's like organic popcorn, olive oil, Himalayan pink salt is so good. I also have some pita crackers, some avocado toast. I, for me, have found that if I avoid carbs or go below, 20 net carbs a day, I feel sluggish. I have a headache, I'm nauseous, and my workouts suffer. If the goal here is to avoid side effects and also maximize weight loss, don't be scared of eating some carbs. I love a nice half cup of jasmine rice with my protein and veggies for dinner. So now let's jump into the key diet plan while on Mounjaro and Zepbound. Ideally, the best diet, once the negative side effects is managed, is one that can help not only manage blood sugars, but also help with weight loss, and most importantly, how you enjoy your life. So protein is where it always starts. Protein is essential for weight loss and maintaining muscle. Sources of protein can include chicken, meat, pork, eggs, nuts, seeds, plant-based proteins like beans, quinoa, soy. The National Academy of Medicine recommends that adults get about 0.8 grams of protein a day for every kilogram they weigh as just a basic requirement. And remember to adjust those as you lose weight. Under the guidelines, let's say a 250-pound adult would need to take in about 108 grams of protein per day. Once again, that is the basic amount of protein needed per day. If you are active, you may need to up that to 1 to 1.4 kilograms per day. I make protein the starter for my meal planning. I love chicken sausages, breaded chicken cutlets, shrimp, lean cuts of steak, pork chops, air-fried wings, pulled chicken. I have a handful of proteins I rotate throughout the week and month. I don't do anything super crazy or follow some fancy complicated recipe. I just, also say look for foods that are high in fiber. High fiber foods contain abundance of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Fiber can also reduce the incidence of constipation with Mounjaro Zepbound, helps manage blood sugars, and aids in weight loss. Also improves gut health, and just it adds a little color to your diet. I just say the recommended amount of fiber for women is 25 grams a day, and men is 30 grams a day. And this can be difficult to achieve, especially when our appetites diminish or we have some food aversions. That's common with these medications. I have a rotation of broccoli, peppers, spinach, Brussels sprouts, edamame, kale chips. I love kale chips. I'm gonna have to remember to make some this week. I just drizzle a little olive oil, sea salt, pop them in my air fryer. If I'm drooling right now, I'm sorry. But I also love carrots, apples, sweet potatoes, and as I said before, popcorn. Sometimes if I feel like it, I'm not getting enough fiber via food, because of those food aversions. Sometimes I will take a fiber supplement. I actually did in the beginning as I was figuring out my meals and my calorie ranges, but I just knew how important fiber was. And fat is essential because, well, it helps food taste better, helps you feel fuller longer, and can provide omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, which are essential for our bodies. Examples of those healthy fats are like fatty fish, salmon, tuna, avocados, olive oil, seeds like black seeds, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, pistachios, almonds. I can go on and on. I throw flax and chia seeds in my strawberry banana smoothie, and I don't even know that they're in there. Just add some fiber, I'm good to go. I also have avocado twice a week. I cook in olive oil, and I love my afternoon pistachios. All simple but important additions to your diet. One cannot say how important also water is, especially to a person with diabetes or for weight loss. Water is a key nutrient in our body, and making sure you're getting enough is crucial for blood sugar control, weight loss, or both. Water with electrolytes may also be beneficial when on weight loss medications like Mounjaro and Zepbound. I start every morning off with a glass of water with my Moda Pure electrolytes. I don't even give it a second thought. Like, I wake up, walk into my kitchen, pour a glass of water, couple pumps of my electrolytes in it, take my medicine, and I just sip, for, the next 30 minutes. And I also prepare my dog's food. And it's just a habit I've built over the past 2 years. And like I said, I don't even think about it. And I think it's one I'm going to continue for the rest of my life. Plus, I think it plays a huge role in decreasing side effects. That's just my opinion. These best foods to eat on Mounjaro not only help manage blood sugars, but support your weight loss goals. And I know it can be difficult at times to meet your estimated needs with, that lack of appetite, and I keep saying food aversions, but if you're following these very simple steps and still struggling to meet your health goals, there are options for you, and it may work differently for everyone. You might lose inches, but that scale might not change when you're on Mounjaro and Zepbound, and but that's still a positive effect to be losing inches. And other benefits that are not like scale related is better blood sugar control. But you just may need to meet with a dietitian, talk to your pharmacist, your doctor, or a trainer to see if there are any other areas for improvement. The goal for you is just to understand why you're not losing weight if you're following all of these tips. The best tip I can give you for weight loss, and this is coming from someone that has lost over 85 pounds, is to just minimize symptoms from the medication, such as nausea, diarrhea, and constipation. And I can do that by prioritizing protein, fiber, healthy fats, and hydration. And remember, success is not a linear process. There may be bumps along the road. I'm hitting one right now. But focus on health benefits and non-scale victories. Find the best diet and foods that works for you. And keep in mind, your needs and preferences are going to change throughout your journey. Just adjust. And remember, there is no true diet when on Mounjaro and Zepbound, but there are guidelines. There are some foods you may have to avoid, and that is okay. But I say remember just to limit high sugar foods like cookies and cakes and sugary drinks and coffees that have a ton of sugar in it. The goal of this medicine is blood sugar control. And not only can these foods raise blood sugar, they can make weight loss on Mounjaro and Zepbound even more difficult. High-fat foods are the hardest to digest. This medicine can slow digestion, and fatty foods can then take longer to digest and can cause those unpleasant side effects. And here's a tough one, Mounjaro and diet soda, and I could get some angry people here, and I'm sorry, but in an ideal world, we could all just drink water and be perfectly content. And I've read recently there are some restrictions people are putting out now with diet soda when taking Mounjaro and Zepbound because carbonated beverages can cause GI upset. I've never been one to drink diet sodas, and maybe in the past I would have a regular soda on occasion, so I can't really speak to this. It's just something that's coming out right now, and I've just never had to make that change. But just be mindful of what you are eating and drinking if you're not having any weight loss success. And I want to end the video with this. Adopting small, manageable diet changes can effectively contribute to weight loss. Do not overthink the diet needed to lose weight while taking Mounjaro or Zepbound. If you prioritize protein, fiber-rich foods, and healthy fats into your meals during the day, and stick to foods that you love in those categories, you will find success. And don't get caught up on that end goal or making major changes every day or every week when you see the number on the scale, because your weight loss could go small at times. And You're not gonna lose it all at once. You don't have to make these crazy complex meals every day, but just start small and look for ways to eat as healthy as possible to minimize your Mounjaro or to maximize your Mounjaro and Zepbound weight loss. And don't get discouraged. The ultimate goal here is to get your diet and nutrition right within the first month or two, which then will allow you to move to more important things in your life, because we really don't want to be spending all day thinking about what am I going to eat. So I really hope you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.